It's no longer the age where we have to hide in America. We are back, the patriots. We don't have to crawl in the back corners of Facebook and Instagram being censored. We've got X, we've got Trump, we've got Musk, we've got the dream team. We're back. We got Rachel right here. Oh, sweetheart.
Hey, Jake Lane, I have something for you. I have something for you.
What is your message?
The media cut their stream, by the way, so you couldn't see the release.
We made it. This man had my back. You have my back. Nobody else.
Jake, do you have a message for President Trump?
Of course, President Trump, you're sent by Father God for this one. President Trump, there was something that God created you for, and I believe one of those purposes was restoring my life and the life of the brave men behind me, the life of the woman standing to the side of me. It wouldn't have been possible. I'm about to turn 30 years old, and I would have eviscerated the next 10 years of my life. I wouldn't have came out to prison until I was 45 years old. The best years of my life would have been destroyed. But President Trump was moved by God. He orchestrated, he carved a path like the Grand Canyon, drip by drip, turned into a torrent. The MAGA movement was a waterfall that ripped through the American political landscape and allowed all of us to be freed. There are dozens of Jan 6ers just behind us coming out right now. And these men, they all represent a different corner of America. Hey, Mama.
Jake, one more time.
They all represent a different corner of America.
What is your message directly to Donald Trump?
Oh, Donald Trump, I'll see you in Mar-a-Lago, February 18th, brothers. A welcome home party, man. You're the king. We love you, President Trump. You're a good man.
What do you say to your oppressors?
The oppressors, we don't feel bitterness towards them because we know that in history, many people's eyes are blinded, and it is only through the intense suffering that the masses are woken up. Unfortunately, in America, people, just like in any other regime, in any other countries happen, they have to see and feel the visceral pain. They have to hear the stories from the gulag to wake us up. It wasn't something, this freedom that we're now enjoying with the President Trump victory would not have happened unless the Jan 6ers had suffered in the gulags, knowing what was at stake when we went to the voting booths in 2024. It was something that you had to feel and touch. American people got intimately, viscerally responsive to real modern day tyranny. This is not powdered wigs and our founding fathers in the textbook. We saw them kick down the doors of people and raid homes and drag grandmothers out into the street. It was no longer pages of history. We knew what was at stake if we continued to allow the Democrats and this deep state regime to take over. And we mandated and pushed back at the voting booth, which we did in 2020, but it counted in 2024. And that's all that counts right now, because I'm home and I love my girl right here, my fiance, and I'm so happy to be home, and it's a blessing. It is such a blessing to be around you guys right now.
What's
The
next?
humans.
What's next, Jay? What's next for
So they've
you?
got more
Thank you,
coming
sir.
out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been
Okay.
an
So
honor to
what
serve
happened
our
is
country in any
the
small
media cut
capacity
the stream
because,
across the
throughout
internet.
generations,
They are not
we
gonna
know
let
that
anybody
men,
see their release.
give their lives for this
So I'm like,
country. So
that's
just
okay.
4 years and 4 days is nothing compared to the sacrifice Ashley Babbitt made and Roseanne
freedom.
Boylan and Kevin Greason
Universal
and Benjamin
word,
Phillips.
freedom.
They gave the
Sorry.
full measure. They died on the steps of the Capitol for the things that we represent. Truth, freedom, American justice, things that have been perverted, but things that are coming back. It's a moment of reclamation in America. It's truly a moment where we can gather together as one nation under God. This is a blessing moment. This is who got me through. This is what got me
Amen,
through. President
amen,
Trump was an
amen.
instrument of the man who wrote this
Amen.
book. He was an
Amen.
instrument of the man that wrote this book.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, my brother. Oh, God bless you, my friend. God bless you. Oh, I love
This
you, my
was
friend.
so worth
Right here.
the
Let my
wait.
people go. That was the message in the Daily Bread.
This is sad though. The media has cut the world from being able to see this.
On the 3rd,
Right.
and no more. He's out. So
It's okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your courage.
God bless you, sir. You stood by us, and you guys out there, the independent media, we would have been left for dead in the bottom of a gulag. Brother Warren. Welcome out to freedom, brother. Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
saves. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus saves. Jesus saves. Oh, good God Almighty.
God bless you, brother. So happy to see
I
you.
love you, brother.
It's
Thank
a
you.
frightening
We're
world
surrounded by heroes
when the
here,
me-
guys.
when
We're
the me-
surrounded
when
by
the
next
government
generation American leaders.
uses their
The
power
people that
for
forge the
corruption.
next generation America are coming out of that gulag tonight.
Welcome home.
And they're coming out.
Welcome home, soldier.
Coming out of the gulag.
Welcome
They
home,
tried their
soldier.
best
I'll
to
see you
stop this
soon. I
release
love you,
today,
Mama.
but freedom had its
Mama, I'm
way.
coming to Mar-a-Lago. I ain't going to Disneyland. I'm going to Mar-a-Lago.
There's one that's
is
not going to
good.
be released
I'll
because
see you
I
there,
think there's
Mama.
still a holdup
Oh, we're
because he
so
wasn't
blessed.
yet
This is a blessing
convicted,
here.
so they have to get a special order from the judge.
Oh,
But he
hey,
still
what's up,
falls under
David?
the
How
pardon,
you doing,
though.
brother? God bless you guys.
Jake, could you say another word?
I just did a video about
What's up,
that.
brother? Oh, man, Patriot, American hero right here. Thank you, brother. We're free. We are so free. 4 years, 5 days of torture. But like I said, the American people have reclaimed this country through this media right here, because we no longer have gatekeepers. The suffering we did in the gulag, my brother Peter Stager right here and I, 2 years in the gulag with me, shoulder to shoulder, and then another year in the federal BOP being tortured. Right here, Ronnie Sandlin, another American patriot and hero, 2 years in the gulag, being tortured. Our stories would have been left into the back pages of history if it wasn't
They'll
for
probably
this
do a movie
First
about
Amendment
these-
right that we fought for at the
a lot of
Capitol,
these people.
that we stood for at the Capitol. And it's you guys out there that have blessed us with voices from the
Those
bottom of a
machines
prison cell,
were
from
Wi-Fi
900 days of
capable.
solitary confinement, cockroaches
I know,
scurrying
right?
around our feet, rats and mice and all kinds of disgusting cretins that
I
they
know.
have in the
You
DC
said it all
gulag.
right there.
You guys gave us a voice when Fox News and CNN and MSNBC and the Washington Post and all these
But see,
garbage
the
outlets
media
turned
wasn't
our
even
back on
showing
us.
you
You
the
guys
crowd
gave us a
that was
voice, and we
there.
appreciate you guys that have stood by our side so
They didn't
much.
show you
Every
nothing
single
that was
one of you
going on.
guys,
There was a
the
lot.
supporters, the community organizers, the people at the vigil, our family
Mama
members, my
Mickey.
mom, my father, whoever he's at, that hero. We are really a community that has been formed by broken people. And that's truly where a community can come together most, because those who suffer together, those who bleed together, can truly celebrate together, can truly know what it's like to lose and what it's like to win. We've lost for too long. It's time to win again, America. It's a blessing.
Jake, what message you want to send to President Trump?
Oh, President Trump, I've told him again, President Trump, right here, you're a man that this book right here has inspired to move a mountain for us. It is
I
like a
know.
modern day biblical story that has been written. The Red Sea
right about
literally
that.
parted. The Red Sea literally parted. We had 0% chance in that DC courtroom. We were being slaughtered.
Oh, yeah,
we
I
were being
know.
lied
They
against.
hid so
And
much
President
stuff.
Trump
I'm
parted
glad
the
they're
Red
talking.
Sea by
That's
the
right.
grace
Tell
of
them,
God.
tell them
He
about
was
it.
sent for all of us here. Our families, the broken families of Jan Sixers, are witnessing a biblical
Please
miracle
give this
by the
video a
power of
like and
faith
help
can
so to
still
help
move
push it in
mountains.
the algorithm and help
Prayers
other
work,
people see it.
People, keep
Because
praying.
I think everybody
keep
gave up.
praying. There was
The
prayer
media
that got
cut
me
their
free.
streams.
It was Jesus
I want everybody
Christ
to
who
see
used
this.
President Trump. He saved us. God is
God
good
bless
to
you,
us, people.
soldier.
God is good to our people. He promises to never forsake those who call upon his name. And we've asked the Lord for many nights, 1,466 nights I spent, 17 different prisons, a year and a half without a shave or a haircut. Ronnie still hasn't had a shave or a haircut.
I know,
don't
they drew
why.
all the people to the media live streams that had a lot of
And,
views,
you know, this was torture
only for
that
them
was
to cut them
inhumane.
off right before they
But
were
it cultivated a
released.
persevering
So they can't
heart
see 'em.
in
How
these
wrong
men
is
right here.
that?
These are American leaders. We're talking congressmen,
No.
we're talking school board presidents, we're talking billionaires here. We are talking the next Elon Musks are standing right next to me. The next men of influence, of godly influence, are standing
Elon's
next to me, and they're
not-
being
Elon
released
doesn't
right
believe in
now.
God, though.
We are talking
I'm
about a
not for Elon.
generational shift in death. Right here, Daniel Goodwin as well. A leader when I was being forsaken, and he was making documentaries on our behalf, fighting for us out there. These men had already had their freedom, and they decided to stand shoulder to shoulder with us instead of running and cowering. Just like we did at the Capitol, we stood up without a single shot fired, without a single violent intention of our own. The people
Yeah,
were
see.
inside the people's house,
None
and
of
guess
the-
what?
they didn't
The
commit
people
no
are
acts of
back at the
violence.
people's house right now. We're in D.C. Amen.
A lot of the people
God
that
is
went in the
good, guys.
building
It is
were
such a
put in
blessing
there
to be
by
here.
the feds.
I want to really be able to connect with my father more. That
They didn't
man
show
in
you
the
them going
background
in
is the
those
backbone
buildings,
to the
being
entire
let in by
January
them.
6th movement.
For sure.
When no
Showing
one
up
was
in
there,
buses.
Ned Lang was there. Ned Lang was there, and he's been there for me since day one. I got to get some free time. I got to get some personal time. My family, my fiance here, guys. I love you very much. This is a blessing. It's not. There's no other way to put it than it's just a blessing poured out from heaven. The windows of heaven have opened up and poured out something that man could not create. Only God could
Amen.
cultivate this. Only God could structure
That's right.
something like
That's
this.
right.
And so
Give
we
God
give
the
him the
glory.
glory tonight. We thank him for prospering us. And he's laid a table. I mean, seeing those prison guards' faces and U.S. Marshals. Oh, Lord. We prepared a table for us before our enemies, and we feasted on freedom right in front of them. The same people
Amen.
that turned the lock and the key on us for so many nights
Amen.
and told us, you get
I
in,
know,
you sit down when we
right?
tell
The
you to sit
world
down.
needs to
You eat
see
when he
this
tell
and
you to
hear
eat.
their
Those are
side
the
of
same
the
people that
story.
opened up the door for us and
But
had
the
to
media
grin and bear it.
did what the
President
media
Trump
does,
has done
and cut 'em
something
off.
immense right now. And so, guys, let me enjoy some time with my family. I love you guys. We'll be hearing from all the Gen 6ers very soon. We've got more being released. They have stories of their own. They've suffered.
I'm gonna be here
and
all
it's
night,
time
guys.
to tell the stories and to
I'm gonna be
reclaim
here all
back
night. I
all
wanna
that's been
see
taken
every
from us. May
single
God bless
one.
America and God bless you guys.
Thank
Bless
you.
They've been in
America.
prison
God bless America.
on the behalf of freedom for years. I'm gonna be here. I think people need to be here
Jake
watching
Lane, right there, you have
them
it,
come
ladies
out.
and gentlemen.
They need to be seen by the world, for real. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Right there, you have it. I think there might be another one right over here. There's another one right here, guys.
I sure would if you invited us. Yes, sir. Oh man.
Does it feel like you've come out into a different America?
I believe we have. We have. You know, we've been fighting the truth for 4 years now.
All right, I'm back.
Waking up to the truth, wanting a better America for themselves. So many patriots
I know,
stood
right?
beside us for all these years, knowing the truth and knowing what was right, and not giving up on us, and just waiting for that final moment where we can walk out of here and know that you know we'll be free again. And you know, it's such an amazing feeling.
There you go, guys. Please give this a like and help other people see this. I just want other people to see this. It's on the media. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked online. There's no media coverage. How wrong is that? How can they cut their stream like that? And all the people lined up watching their media stream, and then they cut it.
What did you learn while you were in there? Did you come away with any new
So they've got
perspectives?
15
What do you take
coming out.
The main
22,
thing that
but-
we learned is how insanely corrupt the justice system is.
Not just for
Not
J6?
just for J6ers, for so
Yeah.
many inmates. I met inmates that had so many different charges that should have never been in there. And
Yeah.
the justice system just abuses them like they have no voice, and they'll rot in
There's gonna
jail
be so many
for
books coming
years
out on
because
this.
they don't want to judge people correctly, and they just abuse the justice system so much. And if anything has to change, that has to change. You know,
Amen.
we've
I
had
agree with
over
that.
500 something J6ers or more gone through the justice system now, federal prisons all over America, and we've seen it from the inside how corrupt America, you know, just this prison system is, and jail systems, and how Americans are just treated like trash. I mean, you have absolutely no
more,
rights
12
whatsoever
more.
once you go in there.
They're letting them out.
And people don't hear about it, you know, and unless, you know,
What's your name, bud?
over here that videos.
I figured they'd let them all out once or
video.
close
And
the
that's
session.
nobody would have ever known what really went on in those jails, and so it's really have to get out.
Jonathan, what?
You're still staying involved in criminal
Jonathan
justice
Pollock,
reform now.
yeah,
You've got
Jonathan
such a
Pollock.
behind-the-scenes look at it.
I believe I have
Joe
a lot
Higgs
of other
was
buddies in
getting
there
commutation.
that are,
By the way, somebody
pro
commented
se.
earlier about
My
him.
man Purdy over there,
He
he
did
came
get
out with me.
commutation.
He's extremely smart with legal work, and I will continue
Meaning
to
time
speak
served,
on
but
it.
not a
I
full
mean,
pardon.
until the day I
These
die,
guys
until
got
it's fixed.
punched. They're
But
exonerated.
being into the
They can
legal
file for
field, I
extension.
don't think I
God
will.
bless you
But
guys.
I will definitely be speaking out.
And what role did faith play in the process of keeping you
The
in
entire thing. Oh yeah, without faith, I would have.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Long
It's
time
funny.
ago.
And you have faith this country's moving in the right direction
Yes, I do.
now with this leadership?
Oh yeah. No, that's it.
Is there keep his dude from
I
his
would
favorite
have
fast
been
food?
lost. I mean, that's what holds us all together, and that's what makes true patriots. You know, when we have a true cause, when we understand right and wrong, and understand that God's given us such an amazing country, and that it is our duty as Americans
That's
to
true.
stand
I
for what
agree
is
with that.
right.
It is
That
our
is, that's
duty.
what it's all about. That is what it's all
So
about.
with the right and wrong concept, it's the part of the country that just thinks people that were involved in this don't deserve to come out. What do you say to them if they say, no, they were wrong, they should stay in there? What would you try to tell those people as we try to heal and move on past?
He does. It looks pretty good. A little pale, but you know, it's winter time anyways. But
1770.
they coming out, I mean,
Different times in history
in good
where
spirits.
patriots rose to the occasion. They were abused. They were called tyrants. They were called everything else at those
Coming out
times.
just as
But now in history, when we look back, we realize that they were right. They stood for what was right. They stood for the rights that God gave us. And on January 6th, we stood for the right that we had a right to vote. And we had the right to
All right, I'm gonna go give you back to Tina, okay? And then I'll be back.
Miss Sherry,
I wanted to talk to you. Okay, so you got a lot of hugging going on. Can you put Shelly on the phone real quick? Can you call her?
yeah, I have something for you guys when you
So
get
these
done.
guys just got out.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. Absolutely.
He's busy right now.
He just wants to get out there. He's like,
What's his name?
Greg Purdy.
Greg Purdy. Greg Purdy up there on the
Greg
steps.
Purdy on the steps.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He's just wanting to get out of there. I don't blame him.
Let me find them. They're the ones who might contact the White House.
So that's 3 of them, right? They just came out?
Yeah, 3. 12 more to go. Hello,
So what have we got
hello.
left
Thank
in
you for
there?
coming in. This is the release of the
They're letting them
January.
out the back, huh?
Some of the January
they're
6th
driving them.
people. So here's the update on the situation. The media cut the stream right before they were being released. I don't know why, but there was some scuffle. Yesterday there was, and then there is crowds that they're not showing, but they were trying to keep him from being released. I suspected they were, and based on what I've seen, that I've done some research, they were, while I was offline, they were definitely trying to keep them from being released. There is one person, his last name is Janikowski, and the situation with him is he wasn't sentenced yet, like the rest of them. So they were saying they can't release him because he wasn't convicted. He still falls under the pardon. So they were saying they had to wait until they got the judge's order, which they had it hours ago. But I went back earlier today. They said, okay, they're getting ready to be released momentarily. And then they weren't. Then they said, okay, they're going to be released at 3. And then
I got word that they've been driving them up and dropping them off on different corners.
so they're trying to
Absolutely
like
ridiculous, y'all.
not let the crowd see for whatever reason. So he just said that they're taking them out and dropping them off in different places.
At least these guys got out with a jacket. You know what I mean? The guys in Philly, they got out with a t-shirt and sweatpants and
my
shoes
gosh, it's so
at 3
cool.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so yesterday, they were supposed to be let out. Yesterday, they did basically the same thing with another group of them.
I'm
And
sorry,
they were supposed to let them out
pisses
within
me
3
off.
hours after the order, and then they wouldn't let them out, and they wouldn't let them out, and wouldn't let them out. And allegedly, Trump had to get involved. So at 2 a.m., they let them out. So they waited for them, though, and then they showed those released. I
What
did
you
a
got,
video
babe? What you got?
showing the release of them. But this is live. These guys
Go
are coming
ahead.
out
I'm
right
watching
now.
the chat.
The media cut the streams. They didn't, for whatever reason, they cut their streams. So they have released 3 so far, and they've got 12 more to go. 1. Well,
Call you on the
so
mouth.
there's
huh?
one guy who
Okay,
was
hold on.
on pre-trial, and he's the deaf guy, the guy that's deaf, who was wearing the shades. You see him in the pictures. And so he wasn't
That's
sentenced
what,
yet. I
when
don't
they get
think he
back
had a
down there,
trial
they
yet.
look at their hoodies and
But he
hats.
fell under the pardon. He fell under the people who was pardoned, but because he wasn't convicted, they had to, I guess, have a special order to
Oh, on another
release
phone.
him. And I don't know if he's released
Shit,
yet. I just
let me
know
see
that
if
there was
somebody's got
a
extra
there was a
phone.
special separate deal because he was the only one that wasn't convicted yet. No, he hadn't had a trial yet. He wasn't sentenced. Heck, Trump's in the White House, and he's convicted, and he's not sentenced. I mean, they deferred his sentencing
Let me see if somebody's got a phone I can use.
until he's no longer
Hold on.
president. But he's got appeals going. But these guys, from what this guy was saying, that they were taking them out and dropping them off in different places. Like, they're trying to prevent people from seeing them. I don't get that. Like, what is the point of that?
Hey, do you have a phone I can
What are
use?
they hiding? So they're getting ready to release some more here in a second. I'll be right back. The whole thing is crazy. You're right. You're absolutely right.
They're taking them up and dropping them off. No, they're
Taking them out and dropping them off in the cold. You know what I'm saying? This is so messed up. They don't want to be interviewed. They don't want them to be interviewed by the supporters
Calling you
and the
on,
groups that are
Angelina's
supporting
phone,
them. They don't want them to be like seen. That is so messed up. Like, who does that? Nobody does that. You don't release prisoners that way. That's just messed up. But this has never happened too, where the president does a sweeping pardon of a whole bunch of inmates. So it's kind of, I guess, setting history, but I think that's messed up. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Man, they want you in the picture, man. We have to look at that, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, brother.
I don't know where the crowd went. Alright, here we go. Sorry about that. I know, right? If I could be there, I would. Well, to a lot of things.
Let me look on my app. Why? Okay. The chat's going so fast.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to like separate the
Thank you
crowd.
for the super chat.
So they're like, splitting people up and dropping them off in various places. They're trying to split the crowd up.
It went like flying through. No, when I walked back over here, the chat went crazy.
It's messed up though because these groups can't cover they can't like cover their release if they're taking them different places to be released. It's so messed up.
Oh, it's big thing. Sherry's handling it.
Every man and family member that is out here tonight and across the country.
Man, he's out here evangelizing after he gets released from prison. Praise God. Wow, guys. That's a thankful heart right there.
Hey, brother.
The guy that was talking earlier, he's out here praying. This guy's just been in prison for 2 years and he just got out and he's out here praying with him.
Oh shit, I didn't.
He's so happy.
I'm sorry.
No, the holiday.
Joyous day.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I told him, I said that.
They're probably... I don't know how they're supposed to know how many people's been released if they're taking them to different places to drop them off.
No, I gotta know him, but he's looking for Greg. And also his dad.
15. Wow. Yeah, it's about that here. Like it snowed a tiny bit yesterday. It's supposed to warm up to 40 tomorrow. So you're gonna post it on Twitter. Well, I'm glad the counter protesters died down because that was pretty bad yesterday. I had a bunch of nasty people out there. The ones that I think the ones that did any kind of assaulting or whatever, they didn't get a pardon. I think there was one, the guy that was deaf, he acted out in court. He was accused of assaulting an officer when he was resisting. But I don't think he had a trial yet, so he's been pardoned.
So, okay, love you too.
What's this guy doing? I know, I agree. Well, I think they're just trying to like wait out the crowd because it's so cold, and then like separating them, like dropping them off in different places, that separates the crowd. It has effectively separated the crowd.
So,
But it was pretty bad yesterday.
what, four
There was
more
it
just
was
got
it
out,
was pretty bad.
I think. So
There was
the
like
guy that
some kind of
was
scuffle,
down there that didn't want to
some
be
kind of
interviewed,
scuffle,
right?
and then there was like
Then this guy right here,
um
what's
just a bunch of just
Nick
yelling and just.
Lane, okay?
I mean, it was some kind
And
of
then Purdy
protesting, but
got
it wasn't a
out,
whole lot.
and well, I can't remember the other guy's name. I'm so bad with names, y'all. So that's four more.
He was there.
So that would be 11 more that they're supposed to let out.
So they got okay.
But apparently they're taking them up and dropping them off somewhere.
That's what they're saying. That what he
Hey,
just
Ben.
said. That they are releasing them in different places. Like they're literally putting them in the car and then taking them in places and dropping them off, so that they can't be. People can't see. That's crazy. So to release some, I guess, to appease the crowd, but then
It's a whole new world.
I don't know if it's because maybe they don't have transportation. I just hope that they're okay and they have what they need. You know, they've already lost their jobs and have no money. I hope that they're okay.
Probably.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
Seeing so many miracles come true, and how just this justice system has attacked my family, destroyed so many things.
This guy's speaking truth right here. And he's got such a sweet spirit, too. He was probably evangelizing like crazy in
I
prison.
didn't know, now I know. Forgive me.
I know.
Something that was huge. You know, this is.
That's just alleged, so I don't know. We'll find out, though.
Americans truly see the truth of what happened on January 6th. And, once this comes out, they'll understand, you know, it's
Yeah, see, they arrested these guys. They never got to tell their side of the story.
There was Americans rising up to the occasion, knowing that that
Sorry.
was our right.
I'm sorry.
That was, if we're going to stand that
Jonathan Pollock. Jonathan Pollock. Jonathan Pollock,
we
y'all.
were lost. That's his country.
Yeah, and his sister's in there, correct?
Now see,
Oh, I thought, wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Whose sister was in there? What's it?
My older sister.
Oh, your elder sister, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I got real confused real quick.
Lost afterwards.
This lady right here, her sister's in there.
Sorry. So she hasn't been released
Americans
yet,
see the
right?
truth, not just
They won't release her?
been a part of it,
What?
but those that have been on the outside see it. It's such an amazing
Woohoo! Freedom!
By the way, his sister is about to be released. His
Okay.
sister is about to be released.
He's
Oh,
waiting
you
on
got
his
to be
sister.
kidding.
Is she?
No,
What, she's not?
No, that's tomorrow.
they're dragging their heels.
Oh, so some of them, he just said some of them are not going to be released till tomorrow. That's what they did yesterday.
Lord willing, it will be.
Lord willing, and there will be another big family
He's saying his sister will be released tomorrow, guys.
They don't ever let, you know, the female units meet with the male
Aw.
units unless you're in education. And when you're a J6er, you're put in a certain pod. You're not allowed to go to educational
See, that's wrong.
different units and stuff like that.
To deprive them of things that other people have just because they were a J6er,
Good
that's
with some of the
oppression,
COs
guys.
and things, and said, you know, I can help paint these educational rooms and things and do all kinds of art. And they're like, oh man, that'd be wonderful. Yeah, just paint these rooms up and we'll get you some help. And they're like,
guys,
I said, you know, all I need is
Clown.
there's two guys down there in the J6 pod that they can paint and they can come help me out. And it was my buddy Joseph Hutchison and me. And so they're like, all right, anything for you, you know, we'll get you set up. And so it was a miracle. That doesn't happen.
Yeah,
And exactly. And so because she is such an amazing person in the jail, and you know, just made such an impression on the guards. She basically, they all agreed to it and allowed us to go up there and paint for weeks with her, and be able to talk with her, and so it was such a miracle to be able to do that. So it hasn't been too long since I've seen her. You know, last time I saw her, I think it was about a week ago, and I just hugged her. I'm like, next time I see you, we'll be outside, and so you know, just can't wait.
Aw.
Oh man, thank you so much. You know, you're putting this family back together.
They did fail him. I agree. You know, I blame, honestly, I don't blame just the Biden administration. I blame the legislators. The legislators on both parties have a duty to enforce the law and to, I mean, Biden should have been impeached for what he did to Ukraine. That alone, he should have been impeached. Going over there and causing their tariffs to be increased by 100% and just causing that prosecutor to be fired and bragging about it because he was investigating him. I mean, just, and that was when he was vice president. So much corruption. But thankful, all the stuff we got wrong in our country, though, I have to say, I'm thankful that we're still a country that we can fight for change. You know what I mean? Even though there is more persecution of people who does fight. And our forefathers wrote documents that said that we can overthrow the government when it becomes tyranny. And they pretty much, without changing the Constitution, have just tried to write laws that just does away with that. You know, and to sweep all those people up that were just protesting as if they were all violent was just so hideously wrong.
So, the deal
And
is
then
with
hide
his sister,
things
apparently,
from their trials that they couldn't
they're dragging
present
their
to the
feet
jury.
on letting her out.
It was just so wrong.
So, but he was saying that, I don't know if you guys can hear him or what, but
Waiting on his sister.
sister is an artist, and so they let him and her go paint together, like at a room, like paint the room or something. So that was pretty cool. He got to see his sister about a week ago.
Aww.
I don't know. It's getting real, y'all. Oh, you did hear him. Okay.
So it sounds like that some of them are not going to be released tonight. That's what it sounds like. They got, I think, 11 more to go.
Oh, right. I don't know what's up with that Proud Boy dude. He keeps going over there, which is fine, I guess, but he's just jumping behind everybody.
I know. I don't know what's up with
I
him.
don't understand that, really.
He's wanting some attention or something. Just go talk to him.
Yeah, so walk us through that from the time that you guys knew you were going to be set free last night. Well, actually, walk us through when President Trump inaugurated the hope in that. Did you know you were going to get that the pardon was coming? And when you finally got it, walk us through that to now being held for an
That
extra
was a good
17
day
hours.
that he got
and finally
elected.
being free.
Well, the whole entire roller coaster industry is based off this same exact emotion that we went through. It was like, you know, we were hearing from CNN that the violent Jan 6 are quote unquote violent, the defensive ones that stood up to defend this country against an armed mob, the Capitol Police, weren't getting pardons, getting commuted. And so once President Trump actually came forward and said 1,500 all pardons
Wow.
and just a couple commutations for the leaders of the great
14
American organizations, the
commutations, not a
Proud Boys and
couple.
Oath Keepers, that roller coaster ride, those extreme emotional ups and downs that we went
I
through,
think he has a
had changed
cheerleader.
immediately. We knew that now our freedom's secured, but we still have to go through this last little bit where we're being.
We'll call that
you know,
person in the
harassed.
yellow
I mean, I can show
mask.
you guys here.
We'll
Last
call that
night,
person
I was
Cheery.
staging
It's
a
a
protest
cheerleader
because I
back
have
there.
legal orders. There's cuts on my hands from the marks on the handcuffs. We were staging a protest saying I have legal document from the President of the United States, a proclamation saying I'm a free man, and you're holding me here. And so I was sitting in the pod waiting for my release, and they came and picked me up like a suitcase.
Oh my
and threw me
gosh.
Back into my cell. And I made a promise. I said I'll never let another man lock me behind a door again. And so I'm starting that promise now.
Amen.
Thank
And
you,
I don't know
guys.
where that the fireworks came from, but I think it's fitting for what's happening tonight. So
Yeah, who's shooting fireworks? So this is like
and
like an
real quick,
independent
too.
media source, Real
And real
America's
quick, too,
Voice.
shout out to
They
Congressman
have
Eli
been
Crane.
covering some
We
of the
had,
stuff on their Facebook
Lauren
page.
Boebert. We had several of them come out tonight. I know Marjorie Taylor Greene has been fighting for this for a long time. The ones that actually put America first and of course President Trump for doing what he does, and all the
But
organizations.
I feel like
the J6
YouTube
vets,
is
all the
suppressing
organizations,
their
that have been
release
fighting
also,
for this
based on
for,
things I
4
tried
years.
to
I mean, they've been out
find.
here for 4 years.
I know,
And
right?
It's
They're
nothing
releasing
compared to
their
the
fireworks.
sacrifice of the guys
Epic.
that have been behind bars, but for not giving up on these guys. Honestly, it just
Yeah.
feels surreal. It feels surreal that President Trump won the election, that he's back in
Guy
office,
back there.
and that America is going in the right direction, like you said, towards God. This is it. It's a revival. It's a political
The
and
silent
a spiritual
cheerleader, I
revival as
love
we
it.
speak. But I'll keep you posted, Damon. The best is yet to come, though.
WeAreGoodmen.com.
Amen.
Oh, okay, there you
Guys,
go.
Thank you for standing by us, America. We love you.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's cold out there too.
Oh,
These
yeah,
guys been
yeah,
out
yeah,
here
absolutely.
all
You
day
mentioned,
long.
so they just asked Rick
And
just
yesterday,
asked, you
too.
guys, what's the plans on filing charges, lawsuits, everything else?
Well, just last night, Ronnie Samlin, one of my Jan 6 brothers that spent over 2 years in the Gulag, filed a police report because I was assaulted by Lieutenant Allen inside the jail.
Oh my
last night. So
goodness.
we're coming back. We've got a $50 billion lawsuit being
What?
planned out right now with 600 Jan 6 plaintiffs on it.
Oh,
we're ready to rock and
wow.
roll. Every single ounce of accountability that we have been basically. We haven't been able to get it because we're being transferred from prison to prison and stuff. When somebody assaults you in prison, then the next day you're switched to a whole other prison halfway across the country. You don't get to keep the paperwork. You don't get to call your family. So we're going to sit down. We're going to start to write down the names of the perpetrators of this violence against us, all of our captors, and we're going to name them one by one in federal lawsuits and go after real justice. And we got to file them outside D.C. because the courtrooms here are broken. Got to file in different federal districts, find out different ways to make sure the jurisdiction that we get into is one that we can actually
They
win
need
the
to be
case,
careful
because
about talking
you go in
about
front of
that
a DC
online.
jury here with
They
a
call that
lawsuit on the
party
DC
hunting.
jail. What do you think is going to happen? Same
Jurisdiction
thing.
hunting.
January
Venue
6th,
hunting.
they're going to shoot it down. So we got to find out ways. We got to be smarter than the average bear, and we got to bring
Yeah.
these people to justice. At
Yeah,
least
the federal
civilly
judges
for
are
now.
corrupt.
And
That's
you know,
the
if Joe
problem. The
Biden
judges
doesn't pardon
go-
all those criminals.
There's actually a
Did the
scripture that
J6
says
Select Committee,
when
we
the
could have
judges
held
are
them
corrupt, what can people
accountable
do?
criminally, but we'll find a way. God will make a way. I'm sure
Yeah,
of
no,
it.
I mean, ideally, they would all end up in the cells that you were being held in.
Yeah, I left a couple notes for them in there too.
And one more thing, so on the
What can
documentary,
the
if people want to see the real truth behind the video, you were J6er as well. How can they find that?
Yeah, so I'm Daniel Goodwin, and you can go to open.inc/J6 to see J6, A True Timeline. Tucker Carlson said it should be the most famous movie in the country. So it's open.inc/J6, Inc with a K.
Awesome, guys.
And the good guys .com back there.
Bless America. Thank you for our
What a
freedom.
day, man. What a day. What a day yesterday.
You singing tonight with your brothers inside there?
Yeah, we were singing.
Well, at 9 o'clock, Dominic and Daniel are singing the
I
national
know, we'll
anthem.
sing, of course. What time is it now?
It's about 20 of.
Okay, of
Yeah.
course.
I have something for you down there.
Oh, thank you.
All the people online bought you guys all either Trump beanies or a
Oh,
or
God,
a,
that's a
or a
blessing.
hoodie or
That's
whatever
a
you
blessing.
got, man.
That's a
Whatever you
blessing.
want.
Let's
Some
rock
hats,
and roll, buddy.
whatever you want.
Of course.
And if you don't have time to get it right now, we will send it to you.
This guy.
That's what it is.
God is good.
He's just happy. That's all.
What's your name?
You want my contact? Is he going back down there at all, or he's just taking off?
You called it. The guy is gonna cook it on conservative media. Yeah. You go, guy.
I was wondering where
Oh
you
yeah, it's cooking all right.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's on full charbroil.
You know what I mean? You guys are the people that are worth, make America worth it. The people that didn't have to, but you stood by our side. That's a blessing.
It's a day of celebration right now, as you can see.
This is more exciting than the inauguration and all that other stuff.
Or are you leaving?
I think we're gonna get him some food over there.
Okay.
He's starving, and then we're gonna come back down.
No, you're gonna come
Yeah,
back
yeah,
on.
I bet they are hungry.
I just wanted to be able to give you guys
Thank you.
what they got for sure. God bless you guys. I'm glad you guys are reunited for sure. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go back down here and wait, I guess, for a little bit more.
Guys, I'm gonna end this and after we go to the bathroom or not, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. I appreciate you stopping by because they got about like 11 more people to release, and I want to see every single one. Right? It's so exciting.
Yeah, they're
It's
just
such a
excited,
blessing.
y'all.
I want to be there and I want to see it. So I will be back soon, guys.
It is what it is. That's one of his brothers.
Yeah,
and,
well,
and,
I'm gonna be here all night until the
they're
last
happy.
one,
That's
unless
what
I
it is.
hear that they're
So-
not gonna be released released tonight, which I think they may be giving the impression that they're not, because last night I do know for a fact that they released some at 2 a.m., right? Like they were stretching them out like they're doing right now. And I get security. They have to do things for security. It was pretty rowdy yesterday. If you watch those videos, I did do a video. It's in my regular video. And I did clips of some of those who were released, some of the things that was being said, what they're trying to do as far as delays, and some of the crazy stuff the crowd was doing. And yeah, so there's that video. But I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys.
5 released from here. I don't know who the other one was.